So we've got our first presenter of the day, who is Robert Williams, who's going to talk a little bit about indigenizing our organization, and now I'm going to drag him up onto stage with us. So Robert here is also introduced as Clickkin from the Klwitsit Lilqua Lakai. He's raised on the unceded Skomish Awinagis territory from the family of Kowel. He's also the speaker of the Psa, singer of the Guksi Echoes, which is the voices of the ancestors. And he's going to challenge us today as nonprofit leaders to think about indigenizing and decolonizing our organization. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Williams.
Thank you. Gile Kisla, Hamasla Lukulatre. Is Maitland's home, Hayutla lessons, Guaile lessons, Hakos Guakusle. Kunskake Nayans, Hayutla lakens, Dankala, Quaganutle. Gile Kislaki, Hamasla Lukulatre. I personally would just like to thank Elijah for the invitation to be here today. I'm going to open up with a prayer song, so I'm going to ask everyone to stand up, please. You don't have to take off your hat or your shoes or your shirt, just keep it all on. I want you to take this moment in time, put your hands up, palms facing the ceiling. I want you to think about your own ancestors, your own family members, your own children, all of the people who are in part of your life that allow you to be here today to do what you're doing. You can close your eyes, join in prayer. Nawala kwe I wo hayale kila hele kya khale hai kes namuktius nawala kwe hai wo nawa kwagila Castia hai wo woo Hais Maitlands Hitla Khalisa Hamas Laluklatle. Lemons Momo Kalish Gach no Kaya Kanskayo Slaka Slawitsis Glomam Tagila. Hagach Misons Om Hawakala Kanslakolakte Lusilakula Laka downtown east side. Kanskake Nayans Dagilishla Susawina Quiseda Skotmish Musquia Matlu Taslewatooth Hakile Kaslaki. You may take your seats. In the big house, in the potlatch where I come from, and I want to thank Elijah for introducing me as my name, Tlalithkin. Can you say that? Tlalithkin. It means always trying to invite people into their house to feed them all the time. Tlalithkin. And this is a name that comes from the Nuna Masakalis clan of my great-grandfather, which means the people who are older than time. People from the Tlawitsis tribe from Vancouver Island. In our family, we have a peace treaty with our host nations, the Scoamish from Defense Island, And so the Squamish tribe, the Kwakwaka'wakw, are one family through marriage, and the product of that marriage is Mary Jo Capilano. And she used to host people at Potlatch Creek across from Defense Island and feed them and potlatch, and we'd share our songs and share our history. And so I've been asked to help you decolonize your own organizations by inviting you to have a few challenges. So in the morning, when you get together, if there's somebody amongst you that knows how to pray or knows how to sing, learn the Salish anthem. If you don't know it, you can ask Elijah to contact me. I can teach it to you. I work for Culture Saves Lives. We're on the downtown east side, and we sing full-time for the most broken members of society. We sing for the people who have been damaged through colonialism, damaged through forced assimilation, through what you've heard Elijah say, that you're on unceded lands, you're on stolen lands. If you have your bike stolen, you can go downtown and you might find it and you can buy it back. But for us, our lands are stolen. We can't go downtown and buy our lands back when they're stolen. So how is it that some of you in this room, whether you're a house owner or you're paying rent, get to purchase and buy stolen land and it's legal? But for us, if we steal something to feed ourselves, because our lands and resources have been taken away from us, it's illegal and we get put in jail. And so today, we're going to challenge you in your generosity. Some of you claim to be executive directors or CEOs of your organizations. In our culture, if you have a hereditary chief and they say, hey, I'm a hereditary chief, they're not really a hereditary chief, they're just a name. We don't listen to people's words, we watch their actions, and we want to see if they're real leaders or not. And today I challenge you all to be generous. My friend here, what's your name again? Brett. Brett and Eli are going to be going around and are going to be taking donations, and we're going to have a potlatch today, and we're going to feed the people on the downtown east side. I want to invite you all to help decolonize yourselves and to give up some of your own resources to help share food for people who are hungry. In our organization, we're spiritually gifted. We share the love and generosity of our culture, our songs, our languages for the people who have been left out of the circle due to colonialism, due to residential schools, smallpox, tuberculosis. I myself am a survivor of foster care. My parents were in residential school. My father was in a tuberculosis hospital for the first 5 years of his life, and then later on learned his language and his culture after leaving residential school. And so today I'm going to ask Brett to go around. He's got a flat cap hat, and you may put donations in the center of your tables, and Brett is going to go around and collecting donations. The other challenge that I have for you guys today is that at the end of your workday in your workplace as an organization and as people, how do you guys leave your work at work? How do you guys express your gratitude within your organizations? In our culture at the potlatch, at the end of the potlatch, we ask the chiefs to speak. We ask the people to get up and share, and they speak to the generosity and what they've seen today, as well as their intention for the day. And so my intention for today is to invite all of you to the east side to be able to feed the people. I'm not sure what you're doing after work today or after this organization. I know you were invited back here, but I want to invite you to come and share. If you're a singer, if you're a poet, if you play an instrument, to come and give of yourself selflessly and to be able to share. That's what it means to be Indigenous, is to know that you are wholly connected to the entire environment. You're wholly connected to each other. And the chiefs and leaders of our organizations, of our clans, of our nations, are the poorest people in the room all of the time. They have chief names that they say, Chatnews. Can you say that? Cha-news. That means standing there naked. In our culture, the chiefs, they stand naked because they give everything off their back. They give everything in their hearts, and they go to bed at night in peace of mind, knowing that they cared and they helped somebody. And so to indigenize this city, we must first start with recognizing that we're on stolen lands. I myself, even knowing I have a peace treaty with the host nations, I'm a guest here. And as a guest here, it's up to me to learn some of the language, the history, and the songs. And so I challenge each and every one of you, if you're non-Indigenous, hold up your hand. Most of the room here is non-Indigenous. Most of you are benefiting off of the genocide of my family and my people, living on stolen land. That's hard to sit with. I myself, my mother is non-Indigenous, so I've been able to walk in both worlds to be able to understand what it's like. But for me to reconcile that within myself, I must learn Skot Mishnichum. I must learn a little bit of the history of the land that I'm from to express gratitude. In our culture, we lived for thousands of years because we became one with the environment that gave us everything we had. We didn't try to steal and chop up all the resources and then decimate all of the land where there's no birds, no trees, no whales, no wolves. And also, I challenge you to look in your own organization. If you're hiring people of color, if you're hiring trans and two-spirit people, where are the people in power and of privilege? Is it non-Indigenous people, the heads of all Indigenous organizations? A lot of the times we find that to be so. A lot of the times we find so many of our family members left out of the circle on the east side. People who are pushed down through racism, through judgment, through anger, lack of compassion, lack of love. What we do in our work is we try to share radical kindness. And in sharing the radical kindness, we want to be able to make it comfortable to be vulnerable, to be loving. I myself am a survivor of sexual abuse, abandonment, trauma, left for dead, left to starve, left to survive. And I know too well what the people in this city on the downtown east side who are homeless are going through, who are mostly Indigenous, for the fentanyl crisis, murdered missing women. The shit's got to stop, and it is up to each and every one of you to be able to speak to your family members and your people to be able to end racism, to end oppression, and to stop top-down white supremacy on all Indigenous people and all the people of color. And so I'm going to ask you to stand once again. I believe our collectors have collected a lot. I'm going to ask the collectors to stop. I'm going to ask you to join hands. We're going to sing a gratitude song. Join your hands. And if you got no hands to join and you're in the back, we can clap along. This is a gratitude song. I come from Chief Mungo Martin, whom rejected the Queen to sing and dance for her in the 1950s, which resulted in the ending of the potlatch ban. He says, "You put my family in jail for singing and dancing. I'm not going to sing and dance for you until you go and change the laws." And so the Queen went and talked to Deef the Chief, John Diefenbaker, and they lifted the potlatch ban, and we have a culture to share. He was the first one to give a potlatch. He was the first one to create a big house. And my ancestors continued potlatching and giving and sharing our culture throughout, whether it was legal or not. So I'm very grateful for that. And that is the reason why I'm here today, is because somebody decided to say no to oppression, no to racism. And now I have a culture and a language. I have songs and a history to be able to share with my family and my people. And so I encourage each and every one of you to hold gratitude within your organizations and pay tribute to your ancestors and find ways to create equality and balance where you're not walking above your people, you're walking with them hand in hand. This is a thank you song. Hey, hey, ah, hey, yo, Kim ko necklace Klayla Wisla, Kim ko necklace and get my hey, 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 ah, hey, ha, ye. Hey, hey, I, yo, hey. Thank you very much.